carry plans, ambitions, images of what life should become. But before you begin, understand something fundamental. You are not the author of outcomes. You are only the instrument of action. Everything else, success, failure, timing, belongs to life. And when this is not understood, the mind begins to suffer unnecessarily. It starts with outcome obsession. Why is it not happening? Why am I behind? Why are others ahead? And slowly, anxiety is created not by life, but by comparison and expectation. In relationships also, the same pattern repeats. You expect people to behave in a certain way, to respond in a certain rhythm, to fulfill an inner picture you have created. When they don't, disappointment arises. Repeated disappointment turns into resentment, and resentment quietly becomes a burden you carry everywhere you go, not because of what happened, but because of what you expected to happen. Failure, too, is treated the same way. A single failure is not seen as feedback, it is seen as identity. I am not good enough, and that thought becomes heavy. It creates fear. It stops movement. It feeds anxiety. Now see this clearly. Outcome focus creates anxiety. Expectation in relationships creates resentment. Failure interpreted personally creates self-doubt and paralysis. But there is another way to live. There is a very important understanding. Thoughts are only impressions of our experience, nothing more. Thoughts are only impressions of our experience, nothing more. Let them remain just that, experience passing through. Do not allow them to become your identity or drain your energy. If a thought arises, fear, doubt, regret, jealousy, see it as a passing impression, not a truth, not a command, not a reality, just a ripple created by past experience. Let it arise and let it pass. Do not feed it. Do not build a world around it. Do not let it consume your energy. Because the moment you believe every thought is me, life becomes a psychological burden. But when thoughts are seen as impressions, life becomes light again. Then even in relationships, you can be present without carrying yesterday's wounds. Even in failure, you can learn without carrying identity. Even in success, you can remain grounded. And again, remember, thoughts are only impressions of our experience, nothing more. Let them remain just that, experience passing through. Do not allow them to become your identity or drain your energy. When this is understood, anxiety begins to dissolve naturally. Not because life changes, but because your relationship with your mind changes. So do your action fully. Engage completely. But do not get trapped in the psychological noise of outcome. Let life decide the results. Let you remain rooted in action. That is all.